My name is Panditrao Deshhpande. I put up in Sadar near in Nagpur. And first time how I came into contact with beloved Avatar Meher Baba that I am going to narrate now. It so happened while working in my office, I work in central government office that is known as AG's office. So while working in my office, one girl who was reading Baba's literature, I stopped her that see during office hours we should not read any such literature. So immediately she told that story that see some of one of my her colleague, that is myself, I have stopped her from reading that particular literature on Meher Baba. So Nana Kher, who used to put up in Nagpur during those days, sometimes in 1964, he visited me in the evening and he gave further literature on Meher Baba. See, as it is, I had read much of Hindu literature previously, and Meher Baba's literature did not attract me much then. But after going through the entire literature, like God Speaks, and God to Man, and Civilization or Chaos, and then Beams, and Everything and Nothing, I found that this literature is of much help. So I went on experimenting myself on this literature. What is meant by experiment that I am going to narrate to you? I expected that this literature should help me rather than Meher Baba personally. I was not craving to have any personal interview. So what happened? I took some of these statements, or the quotations, or the sayings which he has recorded in Everything and Nothing. They agree with one of the leading literature yogi of India, that is Jnaneshwar and Changdev of Maharashtra. I compared with those themes and I found that this is also one of the standards one. So I expected certain subtle experiences from Meher Baba. So I got it. How I got subtle experience, now I am going to narrate. I first got subtle experience. I used to get up early in the morning. I used to do certain exercise. After exercise, I was concentrating on ethereal form of universe. That is nothing particularly. That is nothingness. One has to rise above certain levels, keep the mind unconditioned, not to detach ourselves with physical form, and so on and so forth. So in that form, first I saw, of course I had already seen photo of Meher Baba. So Meher Baba used to come and talk to me. I was putting up certain questions, he used to answer to me. I expected nothing from Meher Baba. I expected that he should guide me. All of a sudden, after that, within a year or two, one fine morning, I experienced myself. That is, see, my mental level has been raised to a level wherein I can understand any complicated problem on the earth, including physics, mathematics, so on and so forth. I am a student of science. I have completed MSc, that is post-graduation, in natural sciences, that is botany. I have completed MSc, that is post-graduation, in natural sciences, that is botany. So then these physical forms also attracted me, physics and other things. Suddenly I thought that there is nothing on earth which after going through the literature I cannot understand. That I attribute this due to Meher Baba's uttering, or say Meher Baba's physical subtle presence before me and his guidance. He said, I will help you. I took it like that only. And after that I never expected that Meher Baba would call me one day. And I avoided him. I was not craving, so to say, to go and have physical darshan, as they put it. One fine morning, it so happened, though arrangements were made for every visitor to Meher Baba at Pune. That was perhaps his last physical darshan before he dropped his body in 1969. So during that darshan program, arrangements were made for me also, but I didn't visit. Some of my office entanglements or some such engagements didn't permit me to go and visit Meher Baba. So the very next day or after that program was over, he inquired whether I have visited that place. Mr. Nana Kher said that I didn't visit. So a telegram came to me inviting me to visit Meher Baba. I visited him after 3 days. For all these 3 days, I was told that Meher Baba was inquiring me about me. Then when I went, it was sometimes in the evening at 7:30, and he was in a big room, just lying down. And when what happened after that, I do not recollect either, or I am not in a position to explain in words. See, I lost my physical consciousness, and he gave me that ultimate bliss which I expected from him. And immediately, some two persons came from outside that particular hall, and they took me out of that room, and they said, "You are expected again tomorrow morning." So the next day morning also, I went second time. These are the two occasions when I met Meher Baba. And after that, of course, in 1960, he dropped his physical body coil. And thereafter, I have visited many times to that particular tomb, Meherabad and other places. I have received many messages from him. I have contributed to one of the literatures that is on Meher Baba, Sparks of Truth, dissertations, which Dr. C.D. Deshmukh has written. I have published it for the first time. We have sent few copies to USA also. And now I am very much thankful for it.
When Bob appeared in a subtle form to you, could you tell us how he looked?
He used to come to me, talk to me. I used to put certain questions to him. He used to come and talk. Early in the morning I used to get up at about 4 o'clock. That is my routine. Even now I get up at 4 o'clock. And I used to put up certain questions. He used to come and sit on a chair. And I used to ask him. Whenever I imagined him, just, "You please, Baba, come." He used to come and sit to me. And he used to guide me. "Come on, what is your question?" He used to put. Sometimes he used to pat me from behind and said, "Yes, I have." And I used to put up certain questions. He used to come and sit on a chair. And I used to ask him. Whenever I imagined him, just, "You please, Baba, come." He used to come and sit to me. And he used to guide me. "Come on, what is your question?" He used to put. Sometimes he used to pat me from behind and said, "Yes, I have come," before I demanded him. That's when Baba called me very near to him, I was taken by Aloba and Nanak Kher. I was escorted by Aloba and Nanak Kher to the hall where Baba was staying. Baba was sitting on a cot, and there were no lights, I recollect vividly. So both of them went out after leaving me inside. Baba just called me very near to him. Just he patted me, and he took very near to him, just near to his heart. And when he just pressed me before his heart, near his heart, I lost my physical consciousness. I can recollect that. Oh, before Baba dropped his body, how he used to come to me, that story now I am going to narrate. Early in the morning I used to get up at about 4:30, and after getting up I used to take up some wash. After wash I used to sit on the cot, and I was inviting him, "Baba, come on." So he used to come. Sometimes he used to enter from the door, sometimes he was just standing behind me and patting me from back. And sometimes before I could invite him, he said, "Come on, lo, I am here." He used to talk to like. And as regards the physical form which I have seen him in Guru Prasad, it was the same form which I had, not younger or older or some such thing. On a small, lion cloth or big piece of cloth and shirt and the same dress even. Many times I saw the same dress. Color also I can recollect. Pardon? After he dropped his body, I was asking him specifically, "Baba, I want you today. I am very much worried about my problems, day-to-day problems. I am worried about my marriage. I am worried about my social activities, this thing and that thing." He used to say, sometimes he avoided me. He used to avoid me. He said, "No, I am very busy today. I cannot come." I used to get certain messages like that. And thereafter sometimes he said, "Whether you want me or not, tomorrow I will come to you," he used to say. And then he used to come, and all of a sudden he used to answer all my outstanding questions within a moment, and used to get off. That is the experience. I was putting up at a palatial building, or a big building on a hilltop known as Seminary Hills, where Baba had previously visited that place. 1 year before, Baba all of a sudden came to me and he said, "Come on, you leave this quarter. I don't want you here." I avoided that question. Second day also again he insisted that I should leave the quarter. Third day also he insisted. On the third day something happened. The landlord or the person owning that quarter, he insisted that I should vacate immediately. I took a clue from Baba and I vacated on the very day. After vacation, after about 1 year, I was very much worried about my marriage. One fine morning, Baba said, "Don't worry, I will help you." So these were his words. And when on 10th of September last, I saw Baba. Then he said, "Well, within a week, your marriage will be settled." He guided me like that. Within a week, a proposal came. The proposal materialized after 10 days. And on 19th of October 1975, I have been married. That's it. So Baba has been guiding me before I came into contact with Baba. After I came into contact with Baba, after Baba dropped his physical body, and up to date. The last Baba's guidance I received was on 10th of September 1975. And that last message was regarding my marriage. And that marriage has materialized on 19th of October 1975.